Hello everyone, and welcome to Geopolitical Trends, where truth matters. The recent signing of a comprehensive strategic partnership between Iran and Russia marks a watershed moment in West Asia's geopolitics. Many analysts have described this deal as a real breakthrough, reflecting its potential to reshape the regional balance of power. By encompassing military cooperation, energy market integration, and ambitious infrastructure projects, especially in gas pipelines, the agreement seeks to elevate ties between Tehran and Moscow to a historic high. With both nations increasingly relying on each other aimed mounting pressures from the West, headed by the US, this partnership could significantly alter the strategic calculus in West Asia and reverberate through broader global alliances, including China's sphere of influence. Before I'll delve deeper into this analysis, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content, and thank you for your support. A historic shift in bilateral relations. As argued in my Russia book, The Dynamics of Russia's Geopolitics, Remaking the Global Order, historically, Iran and Russia have been pragmatic partners, often collaborating when it serves their mutual interests, even though relations sometimes lacked deep trust owing to century-old rivalries and strategic differences. They have converged over the past decade on issues like the Syrian conflicts, arms sales, and countering Western sanctions. The newly signed agreement cements these ties by laying out a formal framework for the decades to come. For Iran, still reeling under US and EU sanctions, a powerful ally like Russia offers diplomatic cover and economic lifeline. Conversely, Moscow sees Tehran as a pivotal regional actor capable of extending Russian influence in West Asia, at the same time challenging traditional Western footholds in the region. Military cooperation bolstering defense and security. A central pillar of this strategic accord is enhanced military cooperation. Iran seeks modern weaponry, technology transfers, and training to strengthen its defense capabilities, particularly in areas like air defense, naval operations, and drone technology. As argued in my Iran book, Volatile State, Iran in the Nuclear Age, Russia, already a major arms supplier to various countries in the region, stands to expand its reach in Iran's defense sector. Through joint military exercises, intelligence sharing, and more coordinated defense strategies, both countries aim to ensure they have the upper hand against potential regional threats. This new military cooperation will likely raise eyebrows in Western capitals and among Iran's regional rivals, particularly Saudi Arabia and Israel, who worry that improved Iranian capabilities could tip regional power balances. And rightly so. Energy market dynamics and gas pipeline. While military collaboration often captured headlines, the partnership's impact on energy markets could be even more transformative. Both nations boast vast oil and natural gas reserves, yet often compete in global energy markets. Now they appear to be moving towards cooperation rather than rivalry. Iran, with its extensive gas reserves, seeks to modernize its energy infrastructure and establish new export routes, including gas pipelines that could traverse the Caspian region heading towards Europe or Asia. Russia, by teaming up with Tehran, could leverage Iranian reserves to maintain its grip on the European gas market and advance its own energy agenda. Coordinating production and pricing strategies might offer both countries stronger bargaining power in OPEC Plus negotiations and in dealing with prospective importers, including European consumers wary of overdependence on Russian gas. A possible pipeline strategy linking Iran's South Pars gas field with existing Russian networks, generating speculation. The conversions of these resources might create a new gas corridor leading to both European and Asian markets, especially as China looks to diversify its energy imports. If realized, it will amplify Russia and Iran's influence, forcing global consumers to rethink procurement strategies and potentially challenging U.S. liquefied natural gas exports to the region. The China factor. China, the world's second largest economy and soon to be the first, adds another dimension to this emerging alliance. While not a former party to the Iran-Russia strategic pact, Beijing stands to benefit from closer ties between these two energy giants. China has significant trade, infrastructure, and energy agreements with Iran, exemplified with its own 25-year strategic partnership signed with Tehran. Meanwhile, Moscow increasingly views China as a key market and a strategic partner aimed at Western sanctions. Should Beijing decide to deepen its cooperation with both Iran and Russia, it could facilitate joint energy projects, including pipelines and Belt and Road initiatives, infrastructure, further entrenching China's presence across Eurasia. Very interesting dynamics. Implications for the West and the broader international community. From Washington to Brussels, policymakers are closely monitoring this development. Renewed sanctions and diplomatic isolation have in part driven Tehran into Moscow's arms. Meanwhile, Moscow's own rift with the West, exacerbated by tensions over Ukraine, pushed it to seek closer ties with nations willing to defy US-led norms. The new Iran-Russia strategic partnership could further complicate US efforts to isolate or constrain both countries. For Europe, which relies heavily on Russian gas and hopes to revive the Iran nuclear deal, balancing pragmatic energy needs with diplomatic pressures on Moscow and Tehran becomes even more difficult. Looking ahead, challenges and opportunities. While the strategic partnerships appears robust on paper, it faces multiple hurdles. Political friction, competition in energy export markets, and of course logistical constraints on pipeline constructions. All this may slow progress. Domestically, both countries must navigate internal opposition and economic vulnerabilities. Russia's reliance on oil revenues and Iran's heavily sanctioned economy could hamper long-term investments. Furthermore, global market dynamics pose additional uncertainty. However, the pact also presents opportunities for both Iran and Russia to modernize industries, diversify trade partners, and gain geopolitical leverage. By coordinating on defense systems, infrastructure projects, and strategic negotiations, Tehran and Moscow could further carve out a sphere of influence that extend beyond West Asia. If successful, it could represent a key phase in reshaping the region's structure, counterbalancing Western alliances, and forging a multipolar international order. Here is my conclusion for you. The Iran-Russia strategic partnership is indeed a real breakthrough that may set the tone for West Asia's near future. By combining military cooperation, energy market collaboration, and an ambitious pipeline agenda, the two countries are positioning themselves as a formidable axis aimed at a rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape. Their moves reverberate beyond the region, especially with China as a silent but significant player, potentially challenging Western influence and reconfiguring global power balances. While obstacles remain, the magnitude of this alliance should not be underestimated. The partnership underscores the increasingly multipolar world we inhabit, where powers once confined to regional games now forge alliances that reshape international relations. As Iran and Russia forge deeper ties, West Asia stands on the cusp of a further transformation, one that could influence global commerce, energy security, and the delicate balance of power for years to come. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. As always, remember, geopolitics impacts your daily life in more ways than one. Till next time, thank you.